unique starting lineup that you rolled with. Just curious what the thought process was behind deciding those 5 guys, and obviously it turned out pretty well for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we went with obviously a way bigger lineup and a way, more a physical lineup. How we came about it was kind of me sitting at home and thinking about what my dad would do in a situation like we were in, and big and physical is what I was used to growing up. So, and it, Trey has not really even skeletoned or dry run the 3 spot all year until our last practice. But I thought Trey and Kamani, deserved to start. And obviously, Jalen Williams has been so good for us all year, and obviously, JD, but we basically slid everybody down a position instead of, downsizing. And DC has been playing the 3-4, and obviously he started at the 2 guard for us. So I thought defensively it gave us an identity, and as well as rebounding the basketball.
Fast starts, and there's what you guys did. I mean, what do you think was the key to that? And JD, he scored 19, but he got 2 quick assists, got guys easy baskets in the lane. What'd you think of what he did? Just and then you're all star overall, just putting it on him like that.
Yeah, I thought everybody that checked in, Bob, at the point guard position played really well and played the right way. I mean, there was a couple, I think there was 3 possessions, that maybe we could have cleaned up a little bit, and we will on video. But yeah, I thought JD did a great job. We hit the roller much more than we had. We talked, for the last 48 hours about can't have any possessions where there's no passes. Like, that's Steph Curry and Trey Young can do that, but we need possessions with passes. And so I thought we had that tonight, other than, there was a couple heat checks, I guess.
You're struggling, obviously, but then you're up 26-3 on a team that just beat Alabama and scored 92 points. I mean, just what'd you think of that start? What all went into that?
Yeah, just, I thought that, we were defending the way we're supposed to. Our closeouts were the way that they're supposed to be. We did it, wow, we guarded the 3 and we guarded the rim. It can happen. So, but you gotta have all 5 guys doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And that's why Trey and Kamani were in the lineup, because I could trust that they would follow the game plan, and do what we wanted to do. And, we know that, games like this don't happen often. I can't remember a league game in any league I've ever coached where a team played so well for 40 minutes.
Coach, I was about to ask about how we've talked a lot about playing a full 40-minute game and, kind of energy, especially on defense. So I was just wondering how you evaluate that energy level, and is it sustainable from here on out?
Yeah, I think tonight, we played as hard as any college team could play for 40 minutes. Anybody in the country, like, nobody can play harder than what we did tonight for 40 minutes. It's as hard as they played as hard as our team did last year. And hopefully, the energy, the staying in a defensive stance, the understanding that you can guard the 3 and contain dribble drive, and you can help and get back to a shooter. Hopefully, we've showed a lot of film of last year's team doing it, which we didn't the first segment of the year, but, at some point you just bring it out and say, this is how you do it. But I thought, there was joy in their play too. You could see our bench, we talked more on the floor, both offensively and defensively. We were more connected tonight, all those things.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about Trey's defensive impact and kind of his presence. I think there was a stretch where he had a block on back-to-back possessions, a couple of steals that led to scores. Just kind of thoughts on his impact.
Just, he's an active defender who can guard really probably all 5 positions. you know, I mean, he guarded Brown some tonight. That was important. Kamani started out on him, and I thought Kamani did a great job because Kamani's an aggressive defender. So we were worried about Kamani picking up a couple quick fouls. I think he only had one foul early on. And then Trey guarded him some, and you know, Trey has a unique ability to block shots and also contain dribble drives, and he has quick hands as well, and he's our best box out player, boxing guys off the offensive boards. He might not always get defensive rebounds, but he does do a great job of blocking his guy out, which is important too.
Coach, speaking of Kamani, do you have any update on him? It looked like maybe an ankle or something.
Yeah, it's his ankle. It's swollen. You know, it's in a boot. I don't think it's anything that, I mean, again, I'm not a doctor or trainer, but I don't think it's anything that we're worried about long-term. Certainly short-term, meaning LSU, South Carolina, Texas A&M. That's kind of day by day, to be honest. But it's pretty swollen. I mean, they told me to get out of the training room and stop asking if he was okay at halftime because they said he was not playing the second half.
And also Jalen, he had his second straight double-double. How would you assess his play the last couple of games?
Phenomenal. You know, and really Hutch, he has a sprained ankle too. I mean, you could kind of see as the game progressed, he's done a great job of fighting through it. You know, I had to pull him out of practice yesterday and even at shoot around today because he didn't really want to, you know, come out.
We talked a lot about turnovers last game. You guys, I think, only had 2 at halftime. I think you finished with 8, but some of those were late when the game obviously was over. But just what do you think of the way you guys took care of the ball, especially coming off a tough game last time?
Yeah, really. I mean, phenomenal. You know, I've spent a little bit of time talking, you know, in practice and pre-practice and post-practice with especially JD and Devo and Chris a little bit as well, just about, you know, what they're seeing on the floor and what a point guard really needs to see. And you know, I mean, we got guys that are, you know, kind of learning that position on the fly, you know, and the reads in the offense. You know, I think we got guys that can read the initial read, but I think that second and third, and then getting our bigs to roll, which they did tonight, helps those guys as well see the floor once a big rolls and dynamic rolls and doesn't just kind of short roll. There's a difference between rolling to the rim and that I think it helps the vision for our guys as well that had the ball in their hands.
And what did you guys do to really shut down Kobe Brown?
Yeah, we shrunk the floor. We gave help. You know, tried to let him see a wall. Didn't want him to get anything in transition. Just did not want him to get any easy looks at all. That was, you know, in a nutshell, you know, it was basically just shrinking the floor to our best abilities and making sure we had the elbows and boxes covered whenever he had the ball in his hands.
I got a couple actually. I'm really lousy at math, but I think you guys held Missouri to 49 fewer points than Alabama did. I know, you know, the different game, it was at home and all that, but what do you think of that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, you know, I can only speak on this game. We played really, really phenomenal in all aspects defensively and you know, we got to kind of learn from it in a good way, other than, you know, film that's learning with some negativism. Now it, you know, hopefully can learn through some positivity, because we got a lot of positive clips from tonight when we do our cleanup work in our video room.
I know it's just one win. I think when you beat somebody by 44 in the conference, maybe they should give you 2 wins, you know?
I would like that, Bob. If
Yeah.
you want to try to petition, we would take that.
But I mean, seriously, you know, when you win like that, and it's been such a frustrating start to conference play, when you win like that, I mean, what can that do for the team? Not just winning, but just, you know, destroying a team, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to give us confidence for sure, Bob. And we all know, like, you know, you go on the road Every road game in this conference is hard. One of our, we haven't played a lot of league games. One of them we were without JD, and 2 of them have been on the road. We did not play very well at all against Mississippi State or Vanderbilt. We could have won 2 of the games. We could have won at A&M if we would have got a few more stops. We could have beat Vanderbilt here. Then this thing looks a little bit different, but we know, hey, we didn't win those games. And but it gives, long term, it's gonna help us for sure.
I'm sure your shoulders still hurts a lot, but is winning good medicine? I mean, is that as good as a cortisone shot or better? I don't know,
I'll probably sleep better tonight.
okay.
Thanks, guys.